What did I just witness? What just happened in the last minutes of this episode? Did they just kill Subaru? And wherever they thought they killed him, fellas thought she killed him, he ended up still being alive? There's so many things I can try to take away from this choreography, this moment in general, this scene. It was so great, so good, and the build up. There's none there because it just hit us right in the freaking face like that. So Beltius states that he hasn't, he's finally found a body that was this good. He's never found a body that was this amazing, basically, is what he's saying there. Not word for word, but that's what he's saying. So it really makes us wonder, what's so special about Subaru? It makes us wonder even more, what about Subaru? He always talked about, he's just the witch has strong love for Subaru, and he gets into his body, which we have no idea how. So if Subaru is to die and reset, how do they prevent this? And we have 2 episodes, so madness is about to happen. Now, what could it be about his body? I mean, he could be an archbishop, he could be pride, as they stated, but other than that, I'm not really sure what Subaru could be. Why is he loved so much? And I'm wondering if the witch actually may save Subaru in this instance, because we don't know if Subaru's powers will actually work. We don't know if he'll come back from this if someone else were to, take over his body like Beltigus just did. So I mean, that's a really interesting point right there. What's gonna happen? I really would not be surprised if the witch interferes right here. I definitely would not be surprised. And if she does, it's to be crazy, because once again, we don't know if he can reset if Beltigus is in his body. Now, other than that, where is he gonna reset at? Where is Subaru going to be reset at? What? I'll predict this, since the writing's been this good so far. I'll predict, and especially since there's 2 episodes left, he's probably not gonna be offset too far. Maybe right after he defeats the whale, something like that, because there's not enough time for this first season to. It'd be rushed really fast if it went all the way back to past the whale. Obviously, it'd be rushed too fast. But just the impact, and you see Julius and or Felix, excuse me, Julius gets mad at Felix for killing him, thought to kill him. She's like, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, you think I want to do this? And Julius ends up giving him what seems to be the final blow. Then we see Amelia look back off to the distance, and he states that he's probably going to pay for this one day. Something's going to happen to where he has to pay for what he just did to Subaru, and he's feeling guilt for killing Subaru when it's not even truly Subaru. And it just goes to show that Julius probably has always had a profound respect for Subaru. It really pushes that instance on us, it really pushes that on us. And I mean Felix, that was just a crazy scene, guys, and I really had to talk about that right here now. And given we're 3.5 minutes into the video and we're still on this same topic, but that was done very well. I'm really wondering what Taipei and Nagasaki is gonna do from here. So Subaru is actually also adapting to the world we find on this episode with the flower, the way he just say, hey, this is an illusion. This is an illusion. The flower cannot be this strong. I've been here a while. I have seen nothing like this. Even though there's a lot of things he hasn't seen. But he's just kind of this is an illusion. I was really happy to see that he got through that. But they get through the illusion with Julius. And then we find out that Julius is actually a spirit knight. That's what he likes to be called. But he's actually, his power is spirit arts. He's really, good at spirits. Now, as I stated in the previous clip, that whenever Beltigus took over Subaru's body, we see that spirit leave. So if he can force a spirit that's protecting Subaru out, I wonder how you can really stop Beltigus once again. I wanted to add that in, but I forgot to. That's just, that's a really interesting question right there, and it's going to be an interesting answer. But other than that, Ram, we find out that she thought Subaru was doing a declaration of war, because there's a letter sent to her and it's blank, and that means a declaration of war, which why did Subaru send her a blank letter anyways? Maybe I was thinking oh, is it blank? Did someone do something to it? But I guess that wasn't exactly the case. Now, she actually targeted Subaru until Julius stepped in and stopped her. So I was wondering why she specifically targeted him. Maybe because she felt, I just kind of threw it out there. I guess it did kind of clear it up because she thought he was betraying, and obviously she probably would have killed him or something, brought him to Rosewall, something like that. But Julius and Subaru working together, and as I stated, you can tell that Julius has had respect for Subaru for a while now, just because what we saw at that ending. Oh, that ending, guys. And I'm so happy to see them working together. Subaru even states, "Hey, come to the mansion with me," and think of this as a way of me doing my repentance of what happened in the castle. I'm sorry, I really couldn't spit that out right there for you guys. But overall, very good stuff from Julius and Subaru. I mean, once again, the ending tied into a knot. And the sad part is this video is probably going to be like 20 minutes. This is probably going to be my longest anime review of an episode. I guarantee it, given that the first part was like 3 minutes, 30 seconds. So we actually get to the part where we're finally evacuating the village, and no one really, they don't trust Subaru. They know if you're around an elf, just like anyone else in the world thinks, something bad's going to happen. So, and I really thought Subaru would snap right here. I'm glad he kept his composure with a little help from Felix, but hey, still the same. All in the same, right? So, now he states, he's like, am I just being selfish again? I was really trying to depict him. I was asking myself, why is he saying that? What's he saying that to or at? Like, what about? Like, how are you being selfish? You're trying to save people right now. I was really just trying to depict what does he mean by that? So it shows a flashback, and I was kind of like, is it just a flashback? Does he mean he's being selfish towards the villagers, not telling them the truth? Which I think that is what he is trying to do overall. But we found out Emilia actually came to the village and tried to evacuate him, and no one would listen to her. So it's all an act. Whenever she was with Subaru, it was all just an act. But, I mean, unless they just perceived her to be, well, no harm to them because she is with Subaru and they're getting along just fine, just great. But, I mean, that's so important right there. Because villagers in Rosewall's domain don't trust this woman. You are in his domain. Like, your domain leader wants this girl to win and become king, queen, wherever the hell in the capital of this nation, which would be in control of you too. And you don't trust the candidate, the royal selection candidate. And it blew my mind. It's kind of like, really? That was actually really interesting. It just goes to show how dangerous and how much stuff this witch has done whenever she was around. But at the same time, Julius states that Subaru and Spirits have a strong affinity for each other. And I was really interested in that. I was like, why do these two have such a good affinity? Such a good natural relationship for one another. If Subaru has these like dark powers, he has inside of him. He's a good-hearted guy, but he has a lot of the witch's attributes, It seems as if he has a lot of the witch's skill sets that he hasn't unlocked, all these dark and evil powers. So it really just kind of mind-boggled me that spirits like him. Maybe it's just they go by the heart. They don't go by the powers and the feel they get from you, just like other people, But at the same token, I guess that could be really well correlated to the relationship of Subaru and Puck. I think that would probably be a good idea right there to why they get along so well. He's been around, well, a greater spirit, and yeah, rather than a lesser spirit. So I mean, he knows how spirits are, I guess. So other than that, there's trying to evacuate still, and freaking that dude basically blows himself up. There's a witch's cult hiding him on the merchants, and I can't remember exactly how Felix found out that was him. I know she touched him or something, but I don't know how she knew it was him. I don't know if she's just making sure she touched everybody or what. But apparently they're hiding in the cargo, and he blew up. It's a massive explosion, and whenever the dust settles, freaking there's people dead. There's people that didn't need to die, people that they were trying to save. Some fled back to the mansion, but people that weren't supposed to die died from the village. I mean, they couldn't stop it. And that was something else. I was kind of like, whoa, shit, really? Wow. Now, originally I wrote down in my notes that, and I don't know if I missed them in the last episode. You guys can let me know down in the comments below if I did miss this last episode, because I don't think they straight up said it. But I noticed the guy that Wilhelm was fighting and defeated before he blew up, and he didn't have any bloody fingers. Yeah, these things weren't bloody. But at the same time, it says another finger down, one more to go. So I guess it's 5 fingers. And I guess I missed this last episode or something. I don't know. But yeah. 5 fingers. So one more finger to go, which they did kill. So I'm really interested now. I'm really interested as to what was Beltigius's like original body. Was that even his original body? Was it green hair that the first finger they killed? Was that ever his original body? Because obviously that's the body he chose to reside in. So it's definitely the strongest one. I'm really interested. What the hell? You know, this episode's just. I'm looking down at my notes now, and the last thing I have actually was my love's guide was a quote, and I wanted to get that right, so I read from my notes there. Sorry for the unprofessionalism, but you know it is what it is sometimes. Now, he says it to Amelia, so he's calling Amelia the witch's guide. You know, and Puck seems like the way he responds, he doesn't give us like a dead hint or anything, but I don't know, he talks about being like a one-sided love, and just the way he talks, the dialogue he uses whenever he talks to people that make witch comments about, well, Amelia, that seem to know more than anyone else does about Amelia. There's definitely something up with that. There's definitely something up with that. I can't put my finger on it. I know, guys, but as always, you have been Hex. Be sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, X25. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out my Patreon down below. I love you guys. Peace.